Hey everyone, Dr. Jay from flexwithdrjay.com. Today I'll be giving you a quick video tutorial on accomplishing your first deadlift. So this will be a step-by-step video tutorial where I'll be using a kettlebell. You can use either a kettlebell or a dumbbell at home, and I'll break it down exactly how to do this appropriately so that way it can be one of your best exercises to strengthen your glutes, your hamstrings, along with your lower back. Now, just to tell you a little bit about the importance of a deadlift, many people have this inclination that the deadlift is not a good exercise for you. Many people think it's bad for your back. They think it can strain your back. Many people, even like myself, have actually hurt their back doing deadlifts. However, deadlifts is one of the most important and fundamental movements that the human body is capable of, and it's almost as fundamental as a squat. Squat, we do that everywhere. We do that getting off the couch, off the toilet, and the deadlift is not any different. When we're thinking about lifting things off of the floor, if we want to be able to accomplish that, like picking up your baby, picking up a bag of groceries off the floor, and doing that with good technique, the deadlift is one of those great exercises that can lead up and translate to some of those things that you actually do in daily life. So without further ado, let's dive into the deadlift mechanics. I'll be showing you with a light 18-pound kettlebell. Feel free to, again, to use any sort of weighted object, dumbbell, kettlebell. If you do have a barbell, I can do that for another training, but for now, we'll be using a small object like this. So the first thing you want to think about is your arm position. Now your arm position, the dumbbell is always going to be very close to your body, almost right below your groin. So commonly when people start their dumbbell or their deadlift, they start to bring the dumbbell very far away. That increases the lever arm of the deadlift, which then puts a lot more strain on your hips and your lower back. So for safety, and the safe way to do deadlifts is as you're going down, the dumbbell or the kettlebell should stay right in between your thighs or right in front of your knees. They shouldn't go very far out. With this position here, I always want to think about pushing my butt back, but also keeping my chest up. So another common mistake is as people bring their butts back in the deadlift, they'll start rounding their shoulders forward so that the shoulders come in front of the chest. And it's not to say that rounding your back is dangerous by any means, but with heavier loads and as you're doing heavier deadlifts, you want to do your best to try to maintain a straighter spine. So what I tell people is while the dumbbell is in between your legs, and you shouldn't be able to see it in the camera, so the dumbbell stays in between the legs and the shoulders stay back, I want to think about just lifting my chest up and keeping my chest pointed towards the wall or something in front of you as I'm bringing my butt back. And just to accentuate that, I also do look up. And that's a nice way to think about keeping your chest up. As you get better and more experienced with deadlift, I like to maintain my head in the same plane. So wherever my spine goes, my head follows. So if my spine starts to dip down, my head dip down as well. If you are a beginner starting your first deadlift, I do encourage sometimes that people actually look up. Because as you look up, your chest stays up, your shoulders stay behind your chest, and that allows you to maintain a straighter spine. Now that you've accomplished your butt back, your chest forward and up, and also keeping the kettlebell in between your legs, the last step is how you finish the movement, which is called the lockout portion of the deadlift. So as I'm diving down, keeping a slight brace in my tummy, I'm going to bring my butt back, look forward, chest up. Now the handle of the dumbbell or the kettlebell is below the plane of my knees. I should feel a stretch in my hamstrings and my butt and not as much strain in the lower back. So as I'm in this position, once the handle passes the plane of my knees, that's why I'm going to thrust the hips forward and squeeze my glutes and straighten up my shoulders. I don't necessarily have to squeeze all the back. I don't have to hyperextend my back like this. It's just maintaining a hips forward. So I push the hips forward, squeeze my glutes, shoulders up, nice and tall. Okay, and I'll show you in real time. So as you can see, the deadlift is a good mixture of hinging from your hips. As you're diving down, you want to push through the floor and then pull your hips forward. So that is a really nice breakdown of the deadlift mechanics as you're venturing towards various variations of the deadlift. You will start to notice that your back gets stronger, your hamstrings and your glutes are stronger, you might move more efficiently, and also picking things up off the floor should definitely feel a lot easier with practicing this. If you're wondering about certain rep ranges, if you're starting with very light weight that's accomplishable, I always start off with about 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And as you start to get stronger and venture into heavier weights, let's say into the 100, 200, or even 300 pounds, that's when I can make future videos about barbell deadlifts, and there will be many variations that can therefore enhance your strength gains even further and push you further away from pain. So if you have any questions or any thoughts about the things that you just learned, and if you enjoyed this training, feel free to click the like button and comment below. But also, I do love to help people, and I do want this channel to grow organically. So if you don't mind, before you leave, clicking that subscribe button so that way you never miss out on any of these types of trainings. And again, if you have any suggestions as well, also leave that in the comments. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.